Almost every kid has gone to camp at least once, and I was no exception. But I never imagined that this trip would change my view of the world. About 14 years ago, I visited a camp. From the very first day, I plunged headfirst into active recreation, various activities, contests, circles, swimming pool, conversations around the evening campfire, and so on, so on, so on. But probably the most favorite entertainment of all teenagers was disco. Having taken with themselves outfits and children's cosmetics, and someone even stole mom's mascara and lipstick, girls of all ages prepared every evening as a holiday. Already from the first week, they determined who likes who, scored, so to speak, guys. And then there were rivals and procuresses who time and again added oil to the fire of camp intrigue. But my love for discos was repulsed by one incident. That day, they organized a big party. Stations were organized. At each station, there were events, contests, for which you can get stars and then exchange them for a prize, master classes, forbidden treats, and even a mini fair. Having put on my favorite and the most beautiful costume with a skirt in my closet, I, together with my newfound girlfriends, Sonya and Ira, went to win stars. "What do you want to win?" Ira tortured me. "I don't know, sweet beads," I answered uncertainly. "I don't think it's worth spending stars on that. Let's go and see what else is there." Sonya dragged us along. After discussing what contests and quizzes we would participate in and how best to do it, we headed towards the far station with prizes. To avoid going halfway around the campground, we decided to take a shortcut through the park. And we saw a big black tent. "What kind of station is this?" Ira asked. "I have no idea. It doesn't seem to be on the map," I thought. "Maybe they forgot to put it on the map?" "Let's take a look. It's very interesting," Ira suggested. We went in. There was a disco in the tent. There was loud music playing. Later I remembered that outside the music was not heard, I think. There was semi-darkness. Only different colors of light flashed. Someone was dancing around the perimeter of the tent. My friends dragged me to the center of the tent, but I stumbled back. A strange feeling of unreality came over me. I looked closer. There didn't seem to be a bunch of people around, but only shadows. My head suddenly began to throb and spin. My eyes became blurry. It seemed to me that the shadows were already flickering not only on the perimeter of the tent, but also on the ceiling. With the last of my strength, I grabbed the girls by the arms and dragged them outside. "What's wrong? Are you all right?" Sonya asked when we'd gotten a good distance from the tent. Well, I didn't know what to say to them. Even though we were only 12 or 13 years old, I knew my friends might not believe me. Of course, I also wanted to leave. "This disco is strange," said Sonya. "Anka just wants to have time to collect more stars." Ira remembered our goal. Yes, that's right. Shall we go?" I mumbled in a shaky voice. I realized at that moment that even if I wanted to say something, I couldn't. I couldn't speak at all, and my head was ringing. I'd had a similar feeling only once before, when I'd been with my parents at a friend's house who lived next door to a witch. I had a headache and a blurred vision, but I didn't think much of it. The rest of the day went on as usual. We won a lot of prizes. I was able to distract myself a little. But after dinner, on the dark path, I felt goosebumps again. I decided to carefully ask the counselors about this place. "Ekaterina, and you have seen all the stations?" I started from afar. Of course, we prepared them with counselors together. "Where did you like it best?" "Well, the master class on the toy, and also prizes." "Will there be a disco tonight?" "Yes, disco, as usual, at the same place at the same hour." When I heard that, I concluded that that tent couldn't be there. It wasn't on the map. It wasn't mentioned by the counselor. And then came the realization that none of the three of us could remember a single face, familiar or not, in that black tent. Everyone was sure someone had been there, but no one had seen a single face. For a long time, I was afraid of being alone. Camp Ocean became a place that I still have nightmares about to this day. Fear lodged itself in my heart. The little girl, who was already very fearful, wanted to be home safe right now. But there was still a week to go before the end of the shift. All that week, I walked around looking away from every sound. I tried to distract myself. I succeeded, but not for long. I stopped going to discos. When the girls asked me about it, I made up different excuses. In general, discos since then have become a terrible nightmare for me. Only in high school, I got over myself and drank a little and went to a New Year's party.